For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
Dollar Smart 99 cents Op Store, located at 4811 Diesel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.
Philippine News Canada is brought to you by Rayford Media Group.
Hello mga kabayan, narito na ang pinalawak at pinalakas na coverage ng Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver Nationwide. Mga pangunahing balitang nakalap ng aming news team para sa linggong ito. Mula dito sa Surrey, nagbabalita, ako po si Rosette Correa. At ito, ang Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver. May mga bumibiktima sa mga senior members ng Filipino community at ang taong ito ay tumatawag sa kanila upang ibigay sa kanya ang mga vital information upang makakuha ng CERB for the seniors. Nakapanayam ng PNC Balitang Vancouver sa isang exclusive interview si MLA Mabel Elmore na nagbigay sa amin ng impormasyon tungkol sa kasong ito. Narito ang interview mula sa Vancouver.
Magandang umaga po mga kababayan, or should I say magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Kasama po natin ngayon si MLA Mabel Elmore. There is an update, or there's an issue that was just brought to our attention, to their attention just yesterday. That is Tuesday, May the 12th. Hi Mabel, how are you?
Hi Rosette, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's so good to see you again. Thank you again for accommodating us this afternoon. Okay, so what is this that has come to your attention?
So I had a press release with Don Davies today, a press conference. We were in front of Columbus Towers, which is a seniors housing complex in East Vancouver on Joy Street. We had learned very disturbing news that seniors were being targeted for a scam. Somebody was approaching the seniors, asking the seniors to give up their personal information, social insurance number, bank account, date of birth, and this person was applying for government benefits online. And then once the seniors received it, this is the CERB, the Canada Emergency Response Benefit. Seniors are mostly not eligible for that, but the federal government's not denying applications. So they received the benefit and then they were paying this person 10% commission, so up to $800. So we learned about this very disturbing occurrence that seniors were being scammed, and we wanted to raise awareness about this.
When did this happen? Do you have a timeline when it started? Yeah.
Yes, so I got the first calls last night, and we heard it had just started within the last few days, that seniors had given their personal information and that money was deposited in their accounts, and that they had paid the person cash who had processed these applications. And they were looking for more referrals, more seniors to make these applications. And so word was spreading quickly, and we wanted to get the message out for seniors not to be scammed, not to be taken advantage of, and to really raise awareness against this scheme.
So let's one of the things that we need to make clear, you mentioned that not all seniors are entitled to the CERB. Maybe that's a starting point for all of us for purposes of information. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, so the Canada Emergency Response Benefit is a $2,000 monthly benefits that Canadian residents are entitled to avail. And this is under the conditions if they have been able to work due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So the requirements are they have to be over 15 years of age. They would have to earned over $5,000 in the past year and make less than $1,000 monthly. You know, they're not receiving more money. So we know the majority of the seniors are retired and don't qualify. And so we're concerned, number one, that they are applying for this benefit and it's gonna have to be clawed back because the Canada Revenue Agency, number one, will ask for it all to be returned, number one. Number two, they would have paid and they'll be out of pocket for several $100s that they've paid commission, up to 10% for this person to apply for the benefit. Number three, they also, going forward, have given all their personal information, social insurance number, bank account, birth date, to this person, and going forward, there are concerns around identity theft and other types of problems. So it's very concerning.
Do we have any suspects at all? Has anybody been reported to the police? What have your offices been doing in order to monitor this?
Certainly. So when I first heard about this last night, I immediately called the Vancouver Police Department to report it. I reported it to the RCMP and also to the provincial authorities. So the Vancouver Police Department has followed up with a file number. They are investigating, they are advising those seniors' residences that this scam is going on, and they are looking to pursue the person who's responsible. If they can get someone to fill out a victim impact statement, and if they're able to arrest this person, they'll be in a position to press charges. The RCMP, the federal RCMP, are also collaborating, and the provincial agencies have all been advised and are getting the word out for seniors to be aware.
Okay. So, so we do have a suspect, and of course, the seniors have identified this person, and so the seniors are going to be able to help you track this person down. That's wonderful. That is good news. Of course, there's always the information that was already threshed out by the seniors. Does the federal government or does the government have any advice for the seniors who've already been taken in by this person?
Yeah, so advice going forward, my advice and all of us of government are for seniors or anyone, do not give your personal information out to strangers over the phone, right? There are so many scams, unfortunately, happening, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic. And it's terrible that somebody is taking advantage of
Absolutely.
And you know, Rosette, it's primarily Filipinos, okay? So reported to me, they're all Filipino victims. In this one complex, in two complexes that have been identified. And so we were concerned to get the message out in the community that this was happening, for seniors not to be victims, and also for all seniors as well. So the police are putting the word out, the media is doing that, and I appreciate you also raising awareness on this issue.
Absolutely. And if there's anything else that we can do to help, if you have, you know, if it is already lawful for us to maybe even post a picture of the person once the person is already caught and has been identified, then yeah, by all means, we will certainly help in stopping this injustice that's being done.
Yeah, thank you very much. The Vancouver police are investigating and they're in touch with the seniors' residences, and they are also pursuing this case. So nobody wants to see our seniors taken advantage of.
Absolutely. Okay, so Mabel, any last words?
Yeah, just, you know, to the seniors, there are eligible benefits that seniors are. Just yesterday, the Canadian government announced up to $500 for seniors who are eligible for additional benefits to help with increased expenses. And so seniors who are eligible don't have to apply. So those benefits are available to seniors. And, you know, we're also getting the word out for seniors not to be taken advantage of. And, you know, bottom line, Rosette, you know, it's never a good idea to give out your personal information, social insurance number, bank account to strangers or people over the phone.
Absolutely. And that is certainly one reminder that we can give to the members of the community for sure. Thank you very much again, Mabel. Thank you so much for this update. And like I said, please don't hesitate to contact PNC, Balitang Vancouver, and PNT so that we may be able to help out in spreading information to prevent these things from happening.
Thank you very much, Rosette.
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
Dollar Smart 99 cents Op Store, located at 4811 Diesel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.
Online town hall meeting tinigunan ng Vancouver City Hall.
Urge Filipino community organizations to learn more about the lands on which they meet and to acknowledge those territories.
Nagkaroon ng isang town hall meeting via Zoom ang Filipino community at Vancouver City Hall na pinamagatang Pilipinong Pulong Bayan, COVI at Tulayan. Ito ay hinost ni RJ Aquino ng Tulayan at moderated ni Mariton Pacheco. Pinag-usapan sa town hall meeting ang mga concerns ng Filipino community sa Vancouver tungkol sa patuloy na krisis ng pandemic sa COVID. Kasama sa pulong sina City Manager Sadhu Johnston at Fire Chief and Chief of Vancouver's COVID Task Force Darell Reid na sumagot sa mga katanungan ng Sambayanang Pinoy ng Vancouver. Ilan sa mga issue na tinalakay ang tungkol sa kinakailangan ng mga Pinoy businesses at ang pagkalap ng impormasyon tungkol sa mga cases ng COVID sa community upang magkaroon ng baseline data.
When we understand a person who's living in that unit has been potentially exposed or is at risk, or even more seriously is starting to show symptoms. So one of the areas that we've done holistically in planning for the city is to try to provide shelter spaces and food services and other such necessities to allow people to safely physical distance when they're in those living conditions that they're a person with symptoms or they're a person who's been exposed and they could expose others. But as I said, it's been a complicated problem for us to resolve, especially as the pandemic has unfolded and we've learned more about the potential risk of people who don't have symptoms still being carriers of COVID-19, etc. So long story short, some food services, shelter services that we've worked with Vancouver Coastal Health and BC Housing to make available to allow people to have space when it's required.
I guess, Chief Reid, a follow-up question to that here is how are they able to access those shelter services?
Well, we do have people working in the community who certainly would be communicating with community members and helping them to access those services. And different public health networks, of course, are also aware of the services that are available. So should a person be diagnosed or should there be a concern expressed about a person being at risk of COVID-19, they will be provided with information around the necessities such as shelter, food, etc. from the public health professionals.
We have a question here from the Philippine Labor Office of Vancouver. Are there sanctions which may be imposed to employers who fail to comply with WorkSafe BC COVID-19 guidelines?
Yeah, this is Sadhu, and Darell jump in too. But my understanding is each sector, whether it's retail or office, different sectors across gyms or libraries, whatever it may be, whether it's government run or privately run, nonprofits, everyone must, there are the guidelines being developed for that sector that the province is developing, and then everyone must follow them. And that WorkSafe, it's really WorkSafe's job to do the enforcement for the sake of the employees. And so it will be WorkSafe BC that is doing that enforcement, and if employees have concerns, they can reach out directly to WorkSafe about their working conditions.
So this next question is from Teresita. Marami ng pangyayari where Asians, she's saying that a lot of Asians are being blamed for this pandemic, which has resulted in physical injury, not only one time, but in different situations and locations. What is the City of Vancouver doing to stop this or prevent this from further happening?
Yeah, we have, this is Sadhu, City Manager. We've definitely heard about this taking place in different parts of our community. And it's really, really dismaying, and I'm really saddened to hear the way that that people are being treated in certain instances. And just to say, like, directly, racism has no place in our city, and we have issued statements reaffirming our strong stance against it. We are a city of reconciliation. We're committed to diversity, inclusion, and the full participation of all members of our society. No one should feel unsafe or like they don't belong in our city. Both the city and the police department take hate crimes seriously, and we encourage everyone who's been a victim to report it to the police department. Each of us has a responsibility to stand up against racial prejudice, and as a city, we believe that our diverse communities are part of what makes us such a special place to live and makes us a stronger community. And so we're standing up against it, and we hope everyone in our community can stand up against racism.
Pinag-usapan din ang mga racist attacks sa mga taong may Asian heritage sa mga lansangan at public transport at kung paano ito matutugunan ng city government.
Experiencing racism or violence during this crisis.
Yeah, this is Sadhu. The transit is operated by TransLink, and they do have a separate board, and so they make operational decisions regarding their infrastructure, the trains, the buses. But I am aware that TransLink is very aware of this problem. A number of incidents have taken place on transit, and that they're working on this issue as well, and through communications and other actions. So I know that through my conversations with the CEO of TransLink, I know that they are aware of this problem and are working on it. I don't have the specifics of their action plan, but it's definitely something that they're aware of and concerned about.
Isang in-address din ang summer jobs issue na nawala dahil sa pagkawala ng summer job opportunities dahil sa pandemic.
Bigay ng mga opportunities sa mga kabataan in terms of the Employment and Social Development Program ng Summer Jobs for Youth. Kasi sabi nga ni Nora, if I'm not mistaken, medyo limited yung eligibility ng mga programang ito, and you're asking if the city has a counterpart solution to that.
Yeah, this is Sadhu, City Manager. We don't at this point, no. Typically, through the P&E, is kind of where the majority of our kind of summer youth hiring happens, and the P&E at this point has been directed by the province not to operate this summer. And so that is definitely a bit of an issue for us, a concern, because there are many opportunities for summer youth employment that are currently have been eliminated. So it's definitely an issue, and it's not something at this point that we have an ability to address.
May katanungan din tungkol sa mga babalik sa trabaho kung saan sila makakakuha ng mga equipment na pang-proteksyon sa kanila. Ayon kay Reid, ang mga employers ang may responsibilidad sa mga equipment na kakailanganin ng mga trabahador.
Kasi wala naman daw supply sa mga pharmacies at medical supplies. So basically they're asking for those who are going to be returning to their jobs, how will they access masks or protective equipment when there are no supplies in pharmacies and retail stores?
So it's Darell. So one of the expectations for employers in relevant industries to be able to reopen is to have PPE for people to do the work safely. So the WorkSafe guidelines will provide information on what workplaces have to have and have to be able to provide for people to resume their work safely. So it shouldn't typically be the person's responsibility unless they're a private contractor or have their own business.
Babalikan lang natin, kinento nung isa sa mga participant yung naging experience nila sa bahay niya on aggression mula sa kapitbahay nila. at naghahanap siya ng mga posibleng solusyon or tulong na pwedeng gawin ng City of Vancouver sa ganitong mga instances. Ngayon, inamin mismo ng mga city officials na kasama natin ni Chief Reid na nung nagumpisa itong pandemic, ang focus talaga nila ay ang mapababa ang mga kaso ng mga COVID-19 cases at matiyak na hindi masyadong mabigat ang magiging economic impact nitong pandemic sa mga tao. Pero ngayon ay nakikita nila na itong problema nga nitong lumalakas na anti-Asian sentiment is something that they have to take seriously, more seriously. Kaya wini-welcome nila itong pagbubukas nga ng usapan para marinig nila yung mga saloobin ng mga kababayan natin na naapektuhan itong anti-Asian sentiment na ito at naghahanap sila ng mga paraan para masolusyonan pa ito in the future.
Hi, Mariton.
Hi.
Everyone. Yeah, we're very aware that there's a lot of fraud being perpetrated right now. Because of the coronavirus situation, there's bank fraud, there's CRA fraud, benefits fraud. There's also allegedly a group preying on our seniors, the Filipino seniors, offering to help them apply for CERB when they're not eligible for that benefit. Is the city doing something about this?
So firstly, it's really unfortunate to hear about seniors being taken advantage of during this crisis, and just I think particularly folks that are really vulnerable. I mean, if English isn't the first language, or if they're being tricked in that way. The CERB, or the CERB, the program you're talking about, is a federal program, and we do encourage anyone with questions or concerns or issues to contact that program directly, and maybe it's a way. There's also ways that we as a community can continue to help seniors. We do fund lots of senior programs across the city, and maybe there's ways we can get that message out more broadly through the community. But directly, I think it's important that the federal government that runs the CERB program, that they hear directly about these issues.
Okay. Sinabi lang nila na nalulungkot sila na nagkakaroon ng ganitong mga cases of abuse and fraud ngayong panahon ng pandemic, lalo na sa mga vulnerable tulad nga ng ating mga seniors. Bagmat it is under the federal scope, binanggit ni City Manager Sadhu na may maraming senior services or senior programs across the city at pwede nilang idaan sa mga programang ito ang paalala sa ating mga seniors na mag-ingat pagdating sa mga ganitong usapan ng fraud at panloloko ngayong panahon.
Close the loop on a few things, but it is certainly a great town hall to have, and we certainly hope that it's not the last time, nor should it be infrequent. There is a clear appetite to have this happening on a regular basis. As Sadhu and Chief Reid, I hope you can see that there is the voice of the Filipino community needs to be heard through town halls like this, through other means of engagement. And we have a lot to say, and we appreciate you hearing us and taking action on the things that we're asking for.
Yeah, and I just maybe as we close out, I just want to really say thank you for inviting us to participate, and for so many people participating. I want to just acknowledge RJ, thank you, and Mariton, thank you as hosts. You just you juggled a lot there, did it really well. So thank you for that. I want to thank all the participants for sharing their stories and their concerns with us. It's really important. We'll be many of the points that were raised are outside of the city's jurisdiction, but are really important points. And so I'm going to make sure in my conversations with TransLink, at the school board, the federal government, the province, to raise these issues that have been raised today that I've learned about and heard about. And so we'll be doing what we can to continue to be in dialogue with the Filipino community, and the questions that came up today, we do more to add to the Tagalog section on the website, and just commit to staying in dialogue. I think this has been a really important first step, as you said, RJ, and definitely interested in continuing continuing that dialogue and sharing it with both, the staff in our organization, but the folks that we work with and other levels of government. So thanks so much for participating and for inviting us to participate.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say quickly, we talked about a lot of really hard things today, racism and some of the scamming and some of the dark pieces of what's gone on during the pandemic. But Sadhu raised a great point earlier and with regard to the Philippine community, and that is the incredible role that your community plays as frontline workers and essential services. And quite frankly, I don't know where we would be without you. So thank you very much. And I'm actually really proud. All of us are really proud that work on different components of this response to be part of the team with you. Thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
Ayan mga kabayan, lumalabas na ang araw. Naku, pagsamantalahan natin ang very sunny weather and syempre, panahon po ng pagbisita sa ating mga hardin at pagtatanim ng mga magagandang bulaklak dito sa atin sa Canada. Kaya tayo na po, pero remember, kung lalabas po tayo, social distancing pa rin. At syempre, nagpapasalamat po kami sa aming mga sponsors, ang 99 Cents and Up Store sa Richmond, ang Kabalen Suites Restaurant and Catering sa New Westminster, at ang 88 Supermarket na may branches po sa Victoria Drive and Killarney Market. Maraming salamat po. At dito na naman nagtatapos ang balita namin para sa linggong ito. Kung kayo may mga komento, mga issue o balitang nais nyong ibahagi sa aming programa, ang PNC ay bukas para sa inyong lahat. Mag-email lamang po sa balitangvancouver@gmail.com o tumawag sa 604-588-6397. Mula po dito sa Surrey nagbabalita, ako po si Rosette Correa. At ito, ang Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver.
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
Dollar Smart 99 Cents Op Store, located at 4811 Diesel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.